There should be some kind of sanctions against that place until they make some type of change.
Can't take the vertebrae out of your back just to fit inside of someone's ceiling. You have to stand up full and proud.
There should be some kind of sanctions against that place until they make They make some type of change. Can't take the vertebrae out of your back just to fit inside of someone's ceiling. You have to stand up full and proud. C. Williams just got himself a new supporter, and it's none other than Terrence Howard. That's right. Terrence is out here, dishing the dirt on his frustrations with Hollywood, especially how they've been pressuring him to cross. For roles, he's convinced that there's a big push to undermine black masculinity in the industry. Darren is also throwing some serious side-eye at the folks in the biz, saying they're labeling him as difficult just because he's not keen on accepting roles that don't align with his values. You know, there's been a lot of whispering about Hollywood's supposed admission to feminize black men. Big names like Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams haven't shied away from voicing how black actors are almost forced to wear a dress if they want to climb the fame ladder. Although some fans think this isn't as huge an issue as it's made out to be, Terrence isn't budging. Rumor has it he got tagged as troublesome simply by saying no to a role that required him to wear a dress. But Terrence is fed up with being sidelined in the industry and is even thinking of hanging up his acting boots for good because he's tired of Hollywood schemes. It's crucial to keep an eye on what Hollywood puts out there. They're in it for the cash, after all. By now, you've probably caught wind of Katt Williams reigniting the debate over Hollywood's alleged push for black male actors to don dresses to secure the spot among the elite. And now it seems Terrence Howard has joined the list of gifted actors who have been edged out for not playing ball with the dress code. Terrence has been quite the buzzworthy figure, though, partly because his off-screen drama with overshadowing his professional achievements. But let's not ignore his skills in the early 2000s. Terrence was on the brink of becoming the next big thing, especially after his Oscar-worthy performance in Crash had everyone thinking he was the future of acting. Then, in 2008, he appeared in Iron Man as Roy, begging the title of the highest-paid actor for the film. However, by 2010 the narrative shifted when Don Cheadle replaced him in the sequel. The Great Bind was abuzz with talk of Terrence facing a drastic salary/offer for Iron Man 2, though it's unclear whether he declined or Marvel decided to move on without him. Rumors circulated that his temper might have contributed to the situation. However, Terrence fought back against the claims suggesting that the angry black man label was a deliberate attempt to discredit him, especially as he was speaking out against Hollywood's drive to demasculinize black men. This entire ordeal of pushing a more feminine portrayal of black men isn't a new complaint. Many actors and comedians, like Eddie Griffin, have been vocal about this issue. Eddie was ahead of his time, calling out Hollywood's dress-wearing trend in his 1999 comedy Foolish in the movie, which we both wrote and started. There's a memorable moment where industry execs try to convince his character Miles' foolish way to wear a dress for a role, claiming it's a rite of passage for A-listers. Foolish, there's a lot of money. Are we talking a major motion picture here? Foolish. Now, if we take a little trip down memory lane to 2006, Dave Chappelle made waves on The Oprah Show when he shared a wild tale. He talked about this intense moment when he was nearly coerced into wearing a dress for a film alongside Martin Lawrence. The way Dave told the story, it felt like something straight out of the movie. Foolish, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have the greats, you're right. So why don't we just not do it? 'Cause I don't feel comfortable address then moving the clock forward to Tad when Kevin Hart was quizzed about Dave's experience. He simply brushed it off, insisting something like that had never happened to him. I mean, you have to have boundaries, you have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are, but PL twist a few years down the line. Kevin finds himself donning a dress for a skit on SNL, and boom, it was like a turning point for him. Suddenly, Kevin's fame and career trajectory seemed to hit the stratosphere with whispers, suggesting that this dress-clad appearance on SNL played a big part in his rise to stardom. Yet the soccer around the dress didn't end there. Katt Williams threw his hat in the ring, hinting that this whole dress business might just boil down to whether you're willing to play ball with the Illuminati or not. I don't want to do things just to do them anymore, because I don't have to, so I'm you. No, I'm just trying to get better and be more about the craft, and pick my projects a little more wisely now. Back in the day, a lot of people didn't take Katt Williams seriously, writing off his comments as just another conspiracy theory. Fast forward to now. And as it turns out, folks are starting to think that there might actually be some weight to his claims in recent chats on Club Shannon Sharp brought up the moment Dave Chappelle walked away from a whopping $50 million deal just around the time he shared his dress story. And when Katt revealed next was pretty jaw-dropping. He mentioned how he also had to turn down some juicy deals because they came with too many conditions. Now I've had to turn down $50 million four times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, Katt Williams was essentially implying that Kevin Hart's rise to fame wasn't entirely a solo effort. He insinuated that Hart received a significant leg up from some influential white people in the industry. Katt highlighted the lack of visible struggle in Kevin's journey, contrasting it with the hard-earned success of other celebrities. One moment, Kevin was relatively unknown, and suddenly, he was the talk of the town. But C.A.D. didn't just leave it at that. He further accused Kevin of accepting what he called silence money from these powerful figures. Katt claimed that Kevin was compensated to keep mum about certain issues and to parent the narratives these industry magnates preferred him to. And this is why, when I walk in a room, heads go down behind my back. I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. Initially, Kevin Hart was reluctant to engage with the controversy stirred up by Katt Williams. But as he observed the public support swinging towards Katt for shedding light on the dark corners of the industry, Kevin felt compelled to speak up. During his appearance at a basketball game between the Knicks in Philadelphia, Kevin didn't hold back, labeling Katt as a jokester and brushing off an explode I've interview as sheer nonsense in retaliation. Kay claimed he had missed out on numerous movie opportunities for sticking to his principles, suggesting these roles were then handed to Kevin, implying Kevin was more than willing to comply with industry demands without question. Kevin's attempt to defend himself seemed to backfire almost immediately. News surfaced shortly after his rebuttal that he was embarking on a comedy tour with his ex-wife Teresa, known also as T, which stirred the font even more considering Kevin and T's tumultuous split. The announcement fueled speculation, especially since T had been known to publicly criticize Kevin. Their divorce in 2011 after an 8-year marriage by Kevin's infidelity was anything but amicable. Rumors even circulated that Kevin's infidelity began at the outset of their marriage, with whispers that his current wife Ano might have been one of the women he was involved with during the time. The decision to tour with Deep, given their history and her readiness to air their dirty laundry, appeared to many as a calculated move by Katt, further complicating the narrative around Kevin's personal and professional life. And as you can imagine, Katt didn't just leave it at that either. He went on to say that Martin Lawrence had once tried to get him to wear a dress for Big Mama's house. Katt was having none of it and turned it down flat out. And then, which led to Brandon T. Jackson stepping in and snagging the role. Martin tried to put me in my first dress when he had to go on his hiatus. He tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you my young partner, you're my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. Looping back to Terrence Howard, there's some fresh buzz that the dress controversy was a key factor in his decision to step away from Hollywood. So let's dive into the latest scoop. In a recent interview, when quizzed about the rumors that his departures from Iron Man 2 was due to anger management issues and a lack of cooperation on set, Terrence Didn't me words, he made it abundantly clear that he wasn't going to let anyone dictate how a black man should be portrayed on screen. Terrence voiced concerns that black actors are nudged towards adopting a more effeminate persona. To make it big, he shared a big, powerful lesson from his father, emphasizing the importance of staying true to oneself and not bending to fit a mold. I'm not here to raise sheep. I'm here to raise men. Stay strong and keep your integrity, he remarked, pointing out that the trend towards androgyny in successful men. In another candid chat with Revolt, Darren reiterated his stance, highlighting Hollywood's discomfort with strong black men. He observed that while white men can be portrayed as both strong and non-threatening, black men's strength is often perceived as intimidating. Terrence lamented the industry's narrow storytelling that forces men into a softer, less powerful image. He remarked that why should he have to alter his essence to fit into a narrative? As for him, it's high time stories expanded to honor the true essence of manhood while celebrating feminine beauty. This was as he was advocating for a balance